it should look good, but underneath the covers, it can be just spaghetti code and hamster wheels and whatever, as long as it looks good. And lastly, try hard to stay focused. It's going to be pretty crazy around here for the next couple of days, but try not to get distracted and just keep your head down, focus, and stay coding and keep building. So I want to talk about some resources that have been helpful for me at past hackathons and projects, and maybe you'll find them useful, maybe not, but here they are. So there's a ton of really good APIs out on the internet, and it's really good if you can make use of them. For example, if you have an app that requires SMS notifications, or you want somebody that can receive text messages or phone calls, Twilio is a really good one. If you have a business that takes funding, takes money, I don't know of an easier way to integrate with credit cards than Stripe. Stripe has a really good, simple JavaScript API you can use. Email, of course, is one of the oldest forms of internet communication, and that's still very true today. MailChimp has some great APIs you can use. Google has a couple dozen great APIs, most notably Google Maps is really good, and there are some good geolocation APIs too. If you don't have a domain name for your app, you can use Bitly to make a really short URL. And of course, there's thousands and thousands more, so just Google around. If you're building a client application, like a iPhone app or like a desktop application, and you need a backend and don't necessarily want to write one, there's a bunch of good APIs you can use. Firebase is one that we used at the last Decode bootcamp, and it worked really well. A lot of the people at the last bootcamp had never coded before in their life, and they were able to use Firebase to build something. There's a couple more. Meteor and Parse are both really good ones. Now, a lot of you have no access to designers or very little aesthetic ability, so there's some good frameworks out there you can reuse. Twitter made one called Bootstrap, and it's basically just like it's just a foundation of CSS and HTML that you can use. It lays out fonts, icons, layout. A big part of design is just having like good ratios with how things are laid out, and they give you a grid structure that you can just plug things into. So if you start with one of these frameworks, your app is already going to look somewhat polished right out of the box. And if you're looking for inspiration, there's some good design communities on the web. Dribbble and Forced are great if you need to just, say for example, you need to design like a navigation bar, but you don't know how to do that. Just go on one of these sites and just search navigation, and you'll see a couple dozen results come up with people posting screenshots and getting feedback. Now, a lot of you are not coders at all, but you can still build things while you're here. There's a really cool app called POP, stands for Prototype on Paper. So assuming you can draw on paper, you can draw squares and lines, what you do is you draw the app, and you take out your phone and you take pictures of your drawings, and then you can circle little pieces and make them link together. So you're basically you're taking a paper prototype and turning it into an active, responsive iPhone app. So that's really, and it works for Android too. So that's a cool thing to do. If you can't code, you can still build something. Now, of course, Amazon Web Services is very popular. A few of my favorite services they offer is EC2. If you just need a server, just a plain old Linux server, you can run whatever you want on there. They rent them out by the hour. They're very cheap. S3, if you need to store files and retrieve them later. So if you have an app that has to work with images or sound files and serve them up, that's a great API to use. If you need a relational database, you can use their RDS service. And they have about 24 different APIs that you can use. Now, they charge for all this, so they've been kind enough to donate $100 US to every team that you can use for Amazon Web Services. You do need a credit card to go there, but once you go there and you sign up and you create an account, we can give you a redeem code that will credit $100 to your account. In addition to giving you guys credits, they're also sending a representative to help you design your architecture. So Kareem Hopper will be here tomorrow, and you can tell him what your idea is and what your requirements are, and he can show you how you can use Amazon's infrastructure to build out a scalable app. In addition to that, he's going to run a workshop tomorrow morning at 8:15 for decoders, and he'll It'll tell you how you can use AWS to build an MVP for your app, and then also show some demos of things that people have made on Amazon. So that's it. Good luck. I'm looking forward to helping you guys and supporting you and answering questions. If you have any questions, just come find me, or I have a chat room online. If you go to bit.ly/GSYchat, I'll be in there, or someone will be in there, and we can talk to you guys. So, thank you.
Thank you so much, Jonathan. If you want to make one friend during this event, you want to be friends with Jonathan because he will help you, sit down with you, and help you find bugs, solve them, fix them. So make sure you say hello. You want to be one of his favorite people. So just like Jonathan, who's a very, very talented engineer, we're going to be learning from the best. And after a break over dinner, you're going to meet the speakers for tomorrow.